Alrighty, welcome to another edition of Achievement College. This is Aussie Gamer 17 and this is my step-by-step guide to getting you that gamer score. Today we are playing Old Man's Journey and this is a full game walkthrough. If you're watching this video, check the time on the video. That's how long it's going to take to complete this game. Should be 1 to 2 hours. If you're following the guide, hopefully it's a little bit shorter for you. It's a cool little game. The story's kind of cool if you pay attention to that. There are 12 achievements. All of them except for the story-related achievement for finishing the game are missable. So if you follow along with this guide, you shouldn't miss a thing. And I'll show you where each of the achievements are. What I will also do is I'll put timestamps in the description below. So if you just need to look for the achievements and you don't want to see the rest of the game, you can skip ahead to those parts as well. Alright guys, let's not wait any longer, let's get this started. So all we need to do now to get things started is click somewhere on the screen and now we can watch a little scene play out before we really start the game. That's the old man over there on the left. He's going to get a letter from the postman. And after reading the letter, he decides to head inside, pack a bag, and we're going to go on a little journey. Alright, now this is a point and click adventure game, and to start things off we just have to click anywhere down this way, place a marker down on the hill here, and the old man will walk to where we place the marker. And once the screen moves along, we need to get him down behind, underneath this tree. So point and click over there as well and he'll make his way across these hills. And he's going to take a seat under the tree. He must be tired from jumping over all those hills. And here what we want to do is click on this couple here to move things along. Start some sort of memory sequence. It's a decent beard, isn't it? Alright. And whatever this memory sequence is, once you've seen enough, you just click anywhere on the screen there and then click on this circle thing here to move things along. And off we go again. Alright, now once we've got control again, we can actually do something a little bit different, and that is we need to click and drag different hills. As you can see, we need to drag this one down so that we can make our way up it. So we can sort of play with the environment a little bit here. And then what we want to do is click and drag the darker hill down a little bit. And now what we want to do is start getting our character to walk up these hills and onto this set of stairs. And eventually make our way to the top of the stairs. Here he goes. So you just have to sort of join those hills up to allow him to make his way. Obviously, if you're not following the guide, you can just sort of have a play around with it. The game, I guess if you wait, it does sort of prompt you what to do a little bit as well. When the game notices you're having a bit of trouble. Now we just wait for the old man to sit down again. He gets very tired very easily. And once we're sitting down, we can click on the cat. And the cat's going to get up and run away. Alright, and now we've got control again. And what we want to do is get the old man across to where the cat is here. But before we can do that, we need to drag up this blue hill, creating a path across to the rooftop there. And now we're going to be working our way in just a second to our first achievement. Just waiting for the truck to go past. And now we want to go up onto the hill underneath this building that we can see up the top there. And to grab this first achievement, all we need to do is click on this old lady in the window here. Adeline will get a bit angry, and the first achievement should pop any second now. There it is. 50 gamer score. Easy as that, as are most of the achievements, but they are missable because we didn't actually need to click on that window. Alright, now we're going to work our way up to the top of the building, up the top left there that you can see. I'm just dragging the blue hill in the background just to see if we can get... You always look out for those little dots that form, and they mean that there's a connection. So place your marker up on top of the roof. The cat's still heading that way as well. Alright, I'm going to work our way up to this building by dragging this hill down, and we want to make our way up that set of stairs there on the right hand side, and click here, and we're going to get our second achievement here at this this hotel, I think it is. Now all we need to do for this achievement, I think it's called Window Piano, is click on all the windows on the second floor there, one at a time. I'm going to start on the right hand side. I don't know if the order of the windows actually counts, because the first time I did this, I did it from right to left like this, and the achievement popped, so I just stick to what works. So do the same thing and you'll get the achievement for another 50 gamer score. Now to move things along, you click on this man with the guitar, and a van comes along to pick him up, and it starts another memory sequence for the old man. Alright, and as with all the other memory sequences, once you've seen enough, just click anywhere on the screen and then click the circle that appears down the bottom here. And the old man, who definitely gets tired very, very easily, spending the night in the hotel before starting his journey again. And here we go for our next achievement. You'll see behind this bush here, and if you just click it, it'll get things moving. The tortoise will come out from behind the bush, and as soon as you can, just I'm not sure if you actually have to click on him or not, but either way, there's the achievement for the tortoise. I think it's just for making him come out from behind the bush, but as you see there, I clicked on him as well, so not sure on the actual timing. Alright, now we'll move along. We need to get across to the right hand side over here by moving the hill yet again. And we're going to work our way down to where the tortoise actually is. As soon as our old man gets off the hill, we can then move it again. Just want to move it so that we can get back across to the left. There's a few achievements here in quick succession, as you see. We've already got 3 really quick. And then there's going to be, in a little while, there's going to be a big break between achievements. Maybe about half an hour of gameplay between achievements. Alright, should be able to get down here to where the tortoise is now. And now we've got to make our way across to this other rooftop. And we'll pick up our next achievement as well. And you see the two men playing cards or whatever they're doing. Click on the man on the right hand side. A little scene will play out, I guess, and should pop our next achievement. There it is. Hugo the Vagabond. Okay, and once that's complete, we're going to want to move or work our way down towards this waterfall that you can see in the bottom left. So moving the hill once again into the background, and I'm just having trouble getting him here. I may need to just move this hill slightly. That should be okay though. Yeah, sometimes it can be a little bit finicky. You just have to move the hills a little bit here and there to get them in the right spots. Yep. No. There we go. That should be better. There we go. Now you'll see there's a few waterfalls throughout the game. And when you walk on top of a waterfall and you get to that point there where you can see the water rushing a little bit faster, he'll fall down the waterfall just like that. And now we need to start working our way down these waterfalls. It's going to be a gameplay mechanic that we're going to use a fair bit. So we've worked our way to the bottom, and now we're going to exit the screen to the left. Okay, we're going to use this hill to get across this waterfall to the other side so that we can work our way down to those stairs down there. If we had have gone on to the waterfall on the right hand side, we would have ended up stuck and would have had to come back up and do all that again. Alright, once you can see these two men next to the crane with the boat, click on the man on the right hand side. He lets the other man know that it's time to get working. And this will start another memory sequence. Once again, whenever you're ready, just click and then click the circle. I think he automatically walks off to the right here. You see me trying to click, but I think it's pretty automatic. And when we get ourselves to this next area, we're going to pick up our next achievement. It's very, very simple. You'll see these three frogs down on the bottom left-hand side, and we just need to click on each frog one at a time, and that will unlock our next achievement. Very easily missable, but there it is. The Frogs Chorus, another 50 gamer score. And now we need to work our way up and across to the right. And to do that, we're going to have to get up these hills on our left-hand side first. Oops, accidentally clicked the frog. Just by moving these hills, move the green one so that you can get onto the red one, and then move him up on top of these rocks here. And the reason we're going on top of the rocks is so that we can then move the hill again. If he's standing on the hill, you can't move the hill that he's actually on. Alright, and that creates a path up to this bridge here. And then to extend the bridge, we just have to grab this and rotate this wheel clockwise until the bridge is all the way across. I'm having a bit of trouble. Finicky controls, but there we go. And now we can send the old man across. And just moving that hill quickly so that we can get to this particular part of the waterfall, which will drop us down to that little red hill down the bottom there, and we can continue on. I love playing little games like this in between all the other big games that I'm working on. Yes, I play this so that I can get the gamer score and make achievement guides for you guys. Hang on, here we go. We're going to move this hill and then we're going to move the boat so that we can get onto the boat. But also it's just a good way to break up my my routine, I guess. That's probably not the right word, but just, yeah, I enjoy having a break from things that are a little bit more serious or a little bit more action-packed even. Okay, so once you get the old man onto the boat, you can move the hill out of the way, and now we are going to be dragging the boat across the screen. There we go, and time for another achievement, and this one's just as simple as clicking on the fisherman here. Which again, I guess, would be quite missable. Well, it's definitely missable. You could easily get past here without thinking to click on the fisherman, but there we go. George is the Lighthouse keeper. Another 50 gamer score. Alright, now to get him off the boat, we're going to work our way up here. Screen should zoom back in shortly. Old man walking up those stairs got a bit tired, so he's going to have another rest. And we click on this bell and that will start another memory sequence. Reminding him of some church bells or wedding bells, I suppose. And once again, once you've had enough, which for some reason I let this linger, but anyway, click and click again. Should be used to it by now. Okay, now here's a bit of a tricky achievement coming up. I'd say probably the hardest one in the game, but nothing at all to worry about. Okay, once he takes a seat and a train is going to arrive. Here it comes. Okay, now we have to click towards the back of this first carriage somewhere to get the old man to board the train. And what's going to happen is the train is going to speed along and we have to keep our cursor in front of the train, and at certain parts the track is going to be missing and we have to drag the background up or down to join the track, and we have to get all the way to the end without the train being forced to use its emergency brake. So here we go, drag this one down and just keep an eye out on your right hand side as we go along. Up and down, up and down. It does sometimes alternate, but don't let that fool you. Sometimes it won't, if that makes sense. Now it's not overly difficult. It's just the most complex achievement in the game, I'd say. There you go. You had to be quick there. I imagine this would be a lot easier if you're playing on PC, but playing with a controller, I found it can be a little bit tricky. But the track does sort of click into place, so you have to be quick here. It does sort of click into place fairly easily. You don't have to be too precise. Now, if you wanted to, you could even learn the order of things, because it's not going to change. It'll be the same for everybody, but I mean, I did say that this is one of the hardest achievements in the game, but I think I still got it on the first go, so definitely nothing to worry about. I had a couple of close calls here. I thought I was going to miss it there. I think I did. I mean, this isn't my first time through the game, this recording here. There's another tricky bit. You've got to be super quick here and then up. See the train almost slowed down, but we didn't hear the emergency brake. He makes this loud, I guess, emergency horn noise. So we didn't hear that, so we can keep going. Not too much longer now. I'd say the hardest parts are over now. Okay, there we are. There's the achievement. A very well-earned 150 gamer score. Probably, I said it's one of the hardest achievements in the game, but that's still a very easy 150 gamer score. Now what we actually want to do is get the old man to see the young girl, but obviously the man with the newspaper's in the way. So I do believe if we click on him a couple of times, he'll fall asleep. I couldn't work out if I actually had to click on anything else, but just play around with it until the old man falls asleep. The other old man, that is. And it'll start another memory sequence. And the same old, click anywhere and then click the circle to move on. And now it's time for us to get off the train. When the time's right, if we click over here on the right, he'll hop off the train. I was clicking too early. The old man wasn't ready yet. He hadn't got up off his seat yet. Alright, time for yet another achievement. And to get this one, make sure you follow the moves that I do here. By clicking on the sheep, they'll move to the next patch of grass. And then I'm going to move the old man. And this achievement is for moving the sheep in the fewest moves possible in order to get past them. I think you can do this with some of the other sheep in the game, because this is not the only sheep in the game. But if you do it right here, we'll get this achievement. So move them all the way over to the far hill. And then we're just going to move them one more time across this gap. What we need to do is get past them over to the right hand side. So we move them to there, and then move the old man here. We're going to move him onto the hill in the background. And then once he's in the background, don't click there, Aussie. I nearly forgot then. Yeah, move him there. And now we click on the sheep and they'll move back to that grass on the left, and now we can get past them. There we go. And the achievement should pop for doing it that way. I think it's once we get through to the next screen. Now that's right, I did accidentally, I can't remember if I lost part of the recording. Either way, that is how you get the achievement Sheep Whisperer for another 100 gamer score. Now we need to move on to this cliff face in the very background so that we can move these hills and make our way. We want to get to the chair under the tree here on the right hand side. Just got to get these into place. That almost had it, but it's a bit finicky. This hill's being finicky, for lack of a better word. Come on, game, come on. Need to probably move that little cliff face in the background. Accidentally moved the old man there. Hang on, you go back up there, old man. It's the one that I'm having trouble with. It needs to be that little hill in the middle there. Come on, Aussie, remember what to do. Trying to grab it now. There we go. There we go. Now we should be able to get to the chair. Now, I do believe that sheep achievement was our last achievement for a little while. So we just have to progress the game. Once again, if you are only looking for the achievements, there will be timestamps in the video description, so you can jump ahead to the next achievement if you need to. Alright, we're just waiting for this boat to come into view on our right hand side, and once it is, we can click on it. And it'll set off the horn, and yet another memory. Alright, and we can continue on now. This time we are on this boat. And this boat will move without us having to do anything. Alright, and here we are, arriving at our destination. And once again, we're just going to head across to our right, and then we'll move some hills around. Make our way across this waterfall. So pulling up that one in the foreground. Now we want to make our way onto the very back hill there where we've put the marker, and we want to get across to the right hand side of this waterfall. We don't want to cross it from the left. To do that, we're going to have to move this green hill, and it's going to form a bit of a access point across there. Somewhere around there should work. And we should be able to get across to this this part of the waterfall and then fall down to that the hill underneath it there. And you'll see there he just stopped right before the fall point, so I just had to move him that tiny little bit more. There we go. And here's another sheep section. And we just have to work our way past them. I do believe you could get the achievement Sheep Whisperer here if you hadn't had it already. But this is obviously a lot trickier, this one. And I can't promise that this particular video shows the quickest route to pass these. I've never got to here without the achievement already in my possession, so I haven't been able to practice this one. But if you follow what I'm doing here, you should be able to pick up the achievement either way. I do recall, I got a bit, sort of forgot what I needed to do here, so, but I didn't want to restart this whole area, so I just thought I'll leave this in the recording. It's not too bad. We'll get across here eventually. We need to make our way to that bench that we can see across on the right hand side. You will notice I get a little bit lost here, but what we want to do is get the sheep down to where they are now and then across to this grass on the right hand side, but it takes me a while to sort of figure this out. But what I'm doing now is also just trying to arrange these hills so that we can get across to the right. I did not mean to press that. I'm just trying to move these things. All I really need to do now is move that green hill in the background, that little one there. So move the sheep across to the right. Get this hill in the right spot so that we can then make our way across. Not that one. Grab the green one. There we go. We should be able to make it now. There we are. I do know there's a couple of other ways to do that, so I'm not sure which way is the quickest, but either way, it doesn't matter. There's no achievement needed for us now, and we'll get across to this seat. The old man must be getting very tired. He's walked a couple of minutes. Click on the seat. Time for a rest, old man. That was the game just freezing a tiny little bit there for a second. And now all we need to do is wait for this street light to flicker, and then we can click on it and move things along. As things get darker and darker here, there we go, it's flickering. So now you can click on it. Here we go with another memory. And just as with all the memories, click anywhere and then click the circle. And here he is on another boat trip. I actually played this game with my 4-year-old daughter watching, and she actually really enjoyed it. I don't think she fully understood what was going on. I mean, she's a clever 4-year-old, but still. Okay, now we need to make our way up to the top of the lighthouse area here. Get him up here first so that we can see what we can maneuver in the background here. So we need to move this this part of the hill down on the right hand side, and this one up a tiny bit so that we can get him up on top of this lighthouse up here. And then we can move the hills again to make our way up to the top right hand side. I guess I just mentioned that because I didn't expect my daughter to enjoy this. Thought I'd have to do something else to entertain her, but no, she was happy watching this. So there we go. All right, so maneuver things in a way that we can get across towards this stone wall. I thought long and hard about cutting all these sections out, but I thought, why not make a full game in one video again? Alright, now we want to make our way down to the bottom right hand side. We can't get past this wall just yet. So making a bit of a zigzag all the way down to this bottom right hand side. And there's something being a little bit finicky preventing me from getting there. Still. There we go, that should do. That should do. Come on. No. Ah, there we go. You just got to look for those little dots that mean that it's joined properly. Alright, now once we're here, we need to get this barrel and this barrel both to roll down their respective hills. So raise this one up as high as we can and it'll start rolling the barrel down. And it's going to smash the fence open for us. There we are. And we just need to get this barrel out of the way for us. It's going to roll down pretty much past where we are now and into the ocean out of our way. And we need to make our way up to that little broken castle up the top right there where the flag is. Now guys, if you are watching this and you are enjoying this video and you want to see more videos like this, more achievement guides, more full game walkthroughs, that sort of thing, please consider checking out my Patreon page and supporting the channel there. It's the support that I'm going to be getting over on Patreon that's going to allow me to continue doing things like this. Does take a fair bit of time and I can use all the support I can get as I'm unable to work at the moment. Because I've got a rare bone condition that's preventing me from doing my chosen profession. And anyway, I could use all the support I can get. But of course, if you're not able to, and all the support you can offer is just watching, that's okay as well. I do appreciate it. But you can join Aussie's army for just $1. Now, clicking on the flag starts this little memory sequence. Yeah, the wife's not happy with us by the looks of things. Alright. But there we go. Trying to get some shelter from the rain, but we're going to move on again. Off to the left-hand side this time. And that was just automatic. He heads off like that. You don't need to direct him for that little bit. Here we go again, and now we need to get past the wall again. Aussie, you can't move it because you're already standing on it. Alright, so move the green one in the background first so that we can get onto it. And then by raising the background one now, the barrel will fall down. Get the old man back onto the hill in the background, hopefully. I think I moved it too much so that he's not getting there. Hang on. I'll figure this out in a second. You gotta move... No, move it back down so that he can get back on. There we go. And now we can move the right-hand side. Oh no, just the left-hand side up, is it? I'm just trying to smash this wall. There we go. Get the barrel to roll down. Create a space for us to now get through. And we have to move it all the way back up so that the old man can get on board. There we go. I think we're just past the halfway point as well. Okay, same thing here. We need to somehow get this barrel to break this fence just by dropping that there. We are going to need to get the barrel to head down. This stone wall little thing here will stop the barrel and then raise it back up to give it enough momentum to smash through this wall again. There we go. And now we need to get ourselves across to this waterfall. There we go. Head across to the left-hand side. Now, if you can't support me on Patreon, or you are supporting me on Patreon and you haven't checked out my Twitch yet, you can also head over to Twitch, follow me there, or even subscribe to me on Twitch, and that will also give me the support that I need to continue doing this sort of thing. Once again, there's a link to my Twitch in the video description. That's where I do stream a lot of these, I guess, when I'm doing practice runs and things like that. So definitely go and check that out if you can. Make your way to the bottom of those waterfalls, and then we're going to head to our bottom right again. There's another wall in our way. Just going to create these sort of ramps for... Yeah, we can't move that one just yet. What we want to do is get the barrel to break open these walls again. I just nearly got him crushed. I don't think it's possible though to actually die or anything there. I know I accidentally moved off to the left, but we'll come back. There's a gap through the wall now. We can make our way. What we want to do is get down to this broken windmill. But once again, we're going to need to create another ramp to break the next section of the wall. You can see it's sort of starting to form the zigzag there. Don't worry about this one in the back left like I'm trying to do now. Just trying to make that as sort of steep as I can. Eventually I'll realise that it's got to go the other way. What you want to do is create a zigzag for this barrel up the top there to get all the way down. Yeah, getting there now, getting there. Don't worry about that one. I keep trying to... I thought I'd edited all this stuffing around out, but obviously not. Alright, now once you've got that hill in the background in the right spot, we can move him back there so that we can then put this next hill, or the middle hill, in the right position. So now we can drag that up, and we want to get it to join to this one. Nearly had it. There we go. There we go. That should work. And now we get this barrel to roll down off here, and it's going to zigzag all the way down and break through the wall, giving us access to the shelter in the windmill. There we go. I made that look harder than it was, but you get the picture. Alright, clicking on the fire, it's going to start another memory sequence. Now I can't work out whether he's been kicked out or he's just leaving on another boat trip of his. Either way, our daughter there's watching the man leave. Alright, and now we're going to head off again, continue our journey. You can hear the bells from the sheep again here. We need to once again work our way past the sheep up to the top there near the hot air balloons. That's what our goal is at the moment. Up across that bridge. Alright, moving those sheep across to the right. Should allow us to go past here. Now, we're in the way of those sheep. We're actually going to want to have to hop back so that we can then move. Yeah, hop onto where this hill here, so then we can move these sheep across to the right. And now we'll get past them and up across the bridge. Easy peasy. Now we want to work our way up to the hot air balloon itself. Once again, get up here so that we can maneuver some of these hills and get these sheep out of our way. Alright, so move that first lot of sheep across to the right. Right, now we want to get up next to this this other lot of sheep so that we can move the other sheep back. There we go, move them back. There we go, now we can get past them and up to the hot air balloon. Simples. There we go, it's just finding the right spot. No, come on. Yes, there we go. Apparently those sheep are still in my way. Now, what we actually need to do is move this second lot of sheep, possibly. There we go. It's finally figured it out. No, we don't need to move that. Just move these guys out of the way. Move this down a little bit and we'll make our way up to the hot air balloon. There we go. Perfect. So it's all about just working out the little finicky movements. And now we're going to take a hot air balloon ride. So click on him and he'll open the door for us and we'll get on board automatically. And then we're going to click the flames to get things started. Once he's ready. There we go. Playing with his beard again, starting another memory sequence. Alright, now I'll let this one play a little bit because there's something cool about to happen. Look at that. That'd be fun. Something I'd love to see one day. Anyway, once the whale jump's done, we click anywhere and click the circle. Let me know if you've ever been on a hot air balloon. I went on a hot air balloon once. And I held my phone up to take like a selfie. Believe it or not, yes, I took a selfie. And I held the phone too close to the flames that were going off and it melted my phone. And I had to get a new phone after that. It literally ruined the phone. It was crazy. Alright. Moving these the sheep out of our way. All the way across to the left, so then we can hopefully head down this waterfall. So both sheep are now on the left of where we fall there. That was the point of that. And once again, we need to take the right path to get down all these waterfalls. This first one's easy. We can just hop down onto here. But there is a right and a wrong way to do this next section. We need to move up onto these rocks so that we can maneuver these hills. Move it so that we can get down onto this right-hand waterfall. We don't want to fall on that left one there. Then we'd have to go all the way back up and start again. Alright. Now we're going to move this red hill so that we can get up on the rocks here. And that's going to allow us then to get across to the left-hand side without having to go through this waterfall here. There we go. So then we can fall on the left side of this waterfall down to these rocks here and make our way down this particular waterfall on our left-hand side. And again, we can go down this one now. And I'm not sure if this is some sort of memory sequence, dream sequence or what, but apparently we're going to be walking underwater here. You'll see what I mean in a second. After we get through yet another memory sequence, click and click. He's getting old and looking at a photo of his wife, so I think he has been on a long journey himself there. Alright, start things off by moving to our right. And then across to this hill in the foreground. And here, when we come across the shipwrecks, we can just click on them and drag them up out of our way. And we're just going to zigzag our way down. Basically, the goal here is to reach the bottom, I guess. So we're going to keep heading down, moving shipwrecks out of our way. There's nothing too tricky in this section, so don't worry. There we go. No, come on. As you can see, it can be a bit finicky. No, I did not mean to make him move. Hang on. Get him back up there. I can't move that one any higher. I got to move this one down. There we go. Come on, stay there. There we go. I just started playing Shenmue, and I'm nearly finished playing Vampire as well on the channel. I've been Twitch streaming both of those games and having a lot of fun with both of them. They're very, very good games. Obviously, Shenmue is well rated and celebrated game, but Vampire, I believe, is a very underrated game. Having played it now, I've had a lot of fun with it. It's got some cool concepts and ideas that. I'm just surprised it didn't get more, I guess, credit. All right, here we are. We're nearly at the bottom now. Make our way to this waterfall. Now you'll see here I make a little error here with where he falls. He sort of gets a bit stuck, and I'm going to leave this in the video just in case it happens to you guys. And for a second I was worried that I was going to have to restart or something, because he's stuck in midair there, and you'll see here how we get ourselves out of this. I'm thinking, uh-oh, am I going to have to get the ground up under him? It won't let me. Trying to click over here to see if I can just get him to fall further. There we go. So just drag that hill. And now we're going to get him to go back up there and start again. I just wanted to leave that in case you guys come across the same problem, or even just to help you avoid it happening in the first place. So you got to not head onto the waterfall until you're down in this section where the scene, where you can see the scene properly, I guess. All right, so we're still making our way down. Got to just rearrange all these hills, and then move the orange one. It's not going to let me, is it? Come on, game. Close, close. Yeah. So that's where we're trying to get to. We need to actually get to the right-hand side of that bottom waterfall, not this top one that you can see now. want to get to that tiny little bit of green surface on the right hand side of that waterfall. I'm just trying to figure out how to get there in this recording, because of course I had forgotten. That should work. All you need is that tiny little bit showing there, and as long as you can get across there, the rest will work itself out. There we go. And now we can move everything out of the way. Definitely need to move these out of the way before we fall down this waterfall. And reveal the gate at the bottom here. There we go. And now we need to get to this lock on the gate. And once it zooms in here, we can click on the lock and move things along again. Yeah, apologies for leaving in all that, but I just thought it's easier just to show you how I was working things out. And here we are at another memory sequence, so just do the clicks to move things along. And he's pulled himself out of the water, drying off by the fire. And eventually he's just going to get up on his own as the fire peters out. Time to continue your journey, old man. Alright, we're getting close to our next achievement now. Close-ish. Now we're going to work our way up the top again. Get the old man to head across to the background there so that we can move this hill. I'm just going to have to keep swapping hills like this to get higher and higher and higher. Just make sure you can see a little bit of the other hill so that we can then grab it and move it each time. There we go. And now we can make our way up here. That should be right. There we go. We're going to make our way up to the very, very top right-hand corner of the screen now, as you're looking at it. He can't get across just yet. No, we're not going to need that hill anymore, unless we want to put him on it. I think we do. Yeah, I'm going to have to get him back onto this green hill and then move this other one up, I do believe. There we go, finally figured it out. Now you're actually going to want to put him on the red hill in the background here, so that we can move that green hill up. So once again, like I said, we want to get to the top right hand side there. There we go. Perfect. Not long left now, guys, and like I said, we're approaching our next achievement after a bit of a break between achievements. So we're going to have a seat at this another park bench here, or not a park bench, some sort of bus stop or similar. And the truck's going to come along and we're going to hitch a ride. Now we're actually going to be controlling this truck almost the same as you would control the old man. So click the truck to head over and hitch a ride. And then once we're on the truck, we're controlling it. And there's an achievement for traveling, I think it's a 1 mile in the truck. If we went just from here to the end without making any mistakes, you wouldn't actually travel enough distance. So what we're going to do is create a little back and forth section of track or section of road. So what you want to do is just join up these roads so it zigzags up to this bridge up the top. Just like that. Get the bridge up high enough. Might have to pull it up just a tiny bit more. There we go. And all you need to do is click up on top of the bridge, sort of not quite on the bridge, and let the truck go all the way up there, and then move your cursor back down to where we were. And we're going to travel back and forth, that exact route that you just saw. I'm going to skip a couple of them out of the video. But once you've done this a couple of times, it's only 3 or 4 times that you need to do it, maybe 4 or 5 times, you'll get the achievement pop. I recommend not moving on until the achievement pops to make sure that we travel enough distance in this little truck. And the achievement will pop any second now. I think it happens on this way, on the way back up here. Now I'm adding this commentary in later. I thought that I had cut a couple of these attempts out of the video, but obviously it looks like I didn't manage to do that. And I'm not going to cut it out now because I've already worked out all the timestamps, so we'll just leave this in. I guess it's a good indication of how long the achievement actually takes. There we go, another 100 gamer score. And now we can continue on. Across to our right hand side now. Alright, so to get down to the bridge down here, it's not as simple as it might look at first. That should work. No, it's going to be a little bit finicky for me. I might have to go just up slightly to get him. Come on, just join that up. There we go. Yep, he's done it. Okay, first we have to get him down onto the red hill. And move the bridge down the very bottom and get onto the bridge so then we can join the red hill to the green hill. Just 2 achievements to go too, 2 very simple achievements. And even once we get those, I will leave the end of the game in because there is an achievement for watching the full credits as well. So there are 3 achievements to go, but sorry, 2 missable achievements to go. Okay, and to end this sequence here with the truck, we just need to click on this paint can there and see it fall off. And start yet another memory sequence. And once again, do our 2 clicks. And move things on. Alright, and here comes our next achievement. make our way up onto this purple hill. And to get the achievement Tilda the Whiz Kid, we just need to click on this garage door here. And after this tiny little scene, the achievement will pop. There we go. 2 to go. And the next one's very, very close by as well. Need to make our way up onto this roof. Move the left side of this hill up just a little bit as well. There we go. And there is Albert the Gardener, I think his name is. And clicking on him once we've revealed him. Zoom in for a little scene. And our final missable achievement. I guess the last one is technically missable. Not even sure if you can skip the credits or not, but if you didn't finish the game or you quit out before the end of the credits, dashboard out or something, you'd miss it. Anyway, I'm going to head up next to Albert. There, with our achievement in hand now. Alright, now we'll play through to the end of the game to show you guys, 1, how long it takes, and 2, just in case anyone gets stuck or anything like that, as we work our way up to this building in the background. Just arrange these hills in a way that we can make our way up there. That should do it actually, I think. And once again, we're just going to work our way to that blue seat there we can see. And this is going to be the end of the journey. This is the house that we're been working our way towards the entire game. Old man's going to take another seat, of course. And when you're ready, we're going to click on the green door, and that'll move things along. This is where things are a little bit sad, I suppose. After all this time, he's finally found her. And he has to say goodbye. Now, I was trying to work out in this scene if I could make things move along or not. You'll see in a second I start clicking on things again, because both playthroughs that I've done I couldn't really figure out what was going on. I think it's possible that the scene just continues on regardless of what you do. Nothing I was doing seemed to be having any effect. I was wondering why I didn't remember the scene taking this long to play out on my previous playthrough. But there we go. I suppose it could be worse. At least he found her just in time to say goodbye. And now he gets to see his daughter again. And she's got the little boat that she had in a lot of those memory scenes. Alright guys, that's just about it. Click anywhere and click the circle to end it. And now you've got to watch the all the credits. I'm going to speed them up for the purpose of the video, all the way through to the end and see us grab this last achievement. But yeah, a quick, easy 1000 gamer score, but a cool little game if you're anything like me, just to sort of calm things down after playing a few bigger, hectic games. But yeah, definitely worth it, I think, even if it isn't just for achievements, or even if it is just for achievements. Now I'm going to speed up the credits in a second here, and forgive me for this little jingle that plays. That's literally the speed up making that sound. Anyway, I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. If you find this guide helpful or you're enjoying walkthroughs like this, please remember to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, head over to Twitch and support me there by following or subscribing or both. And also consider checking out my Patreon page. We're going to have to just click through to get the final achievement here. There is a link in the video description for my Patreon. That's what allows me to spend the time on these guides. And that's it, guys. There's the achievement. And there's the bell, guys. You know what that means. Class dismissed.